about beauty is, what are some things that you do? So we've talked so much about inward, and it
Period.
is important. Your inward is the most important beauty you need to have. Once again, don't argue with me, argue with God. It's in the Bible. Ladies, it's in the Bible. That's what matters. So what are some other things
Right.
outwardly are you thinking? So where do you think, we kind of sort of talked
Yeah.
about it earlier, where do you think the line is drawn with like makeup and breast implants and cheek injections and um like contouring your whole face? Like where do you think the line is drawn with that? Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to say because I feel like everyone's definition of that is like
Yeah.
so different. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this is a line because that's just gonna be my line, you know? Personally, for me, magically, drastically gonna change my body, and I have a lot of opinions about that based on my research. So it's not really, this is just my personal, right? One, it's like,
Hmm.
okay, God says I'm beautiful. Like, why do I need to change my body to whatever? But I understand people that are like, well, I wanna feel confident in my skin and whatnot, right? But I
Hmm.
also know that with just like with anything, right? You always want more and more and more. Like even my eyebrows, like they're but like
Hmm.
I like drawing, not drawing them, but like putting the little brush. And then lately, I'm like, oh, I want it more and more. I'm like, I'm gonna have the bushiest eyebrows if I don't like, keep an eye on it. So I feel like you always want more. So that's always been my fear with surgery. It's like you're gonna want
Yeah.
more. Like, oh, my boobs are gonna be this, and then it's like, oh no, I want bigger and bigger. Same thing with your butt. So I don't really
Mm.
touch on that, but also just like the toxins that are in those silicones and all that, like it's
Hmm.
literally like poison for your body. There's been a lot of I guess drawback on that and research now 20 30 years later of women with implants who have tons of like medical implications and illnesses and things like that because I mean at the end of the day guys you're putting something that is not made in your body that your body does not produce inside of you in your bloodstream and everything. So anything that you put on as far as products, your skin, your hair, like again, I'm not gonna sit here and be holier than thou because again, not all of my products that I use or my makeup is safe and clean, but I am trying to as much as I can. Fun fact, my hair hasn't been dyed in years, and it's partially because one,
Oh,
it's super expensive. Two,
okay, okay.
it's just it for to me you put on your scalp, it literally seeps into your bloodstream. So I'm like, we ain't doing all that. But anyways, off topic. But yeah, I mean, I feel like with makeup and hair, like obviously to me it's fine. Like if you want to do that to feel a little bit more confident and like your hair look a little bit nice, whatnot. Again, I don't think anyone needs it. But I definitely think if you want to add a little blush and a little, a little makeup, won't hurt anyone. But at the end of the day, again, it's a lot about checking your heart and checking yourself and checking yourself with God to make sure, like, hey, am I
Mm,
doing this because
mhm,
I just want to feel a little, picker upper, or is because I literally hate myself, hate my what I look like without makeup, because that's a different issue. So I think it's just a
mhm,
conversation that needs to be had with the person and God, and um, but obviously, I'm a lifestyle blogger. I love doing my hair, I love doing my makeup. Personally, to me, it's like it's more of an expression but again,
mhm,
I don't mind going into that same room where I would be glammed up, going in without my hair done and without makeup. But that's just me personally. And again, it took years. So right, I'm almost 30. I didn't always feel like this. So like again, give yourself grace. If there's, our audience is a bit younger. If you guys are in your early 20s or even if in your teens, like just know that even if you don't feel confident now, like you will eventually, be comfortable in your skin and just give yourself grace. And it's okay to not feel 100% every single day. I mean, you're human. So, yeah, it's kind of my take. What about you? What are your thoughts?
love that. Um, love that.
That's
And then the last thing you said, with age, I was thinking about this earlier, like why am I not caring as much? It is because you realize there's so
yeah,
many other things more important than your appearance. I think that, and I'll even say for myself, like I do care about my appearance. I have been wearing makeup a lot more, and I've been doing like a little
you
skincare
look
routine now.
beautiful. I was gonna say that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I obviously I care, but it's not the end of the world for me like it was when I was younger.
Yeah,
Um, just because there's so many other things about life that's more interesting, more important, that I care about more. So that's one of the things. So the question about the line,
Yeah.
I really like what you said. I'm gonna agree. The line is different for everyone. I can't sit here and I personally don't think people should do lip injections or the butt stuff or boob. That's something I just personally don't think
I'm
you
also just a
should.
scaredy cat.
Oh, I could never. Um, and I have friends that do it. I'm not judging. Like I don't judge if you do. It is what it is. You probably look great. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say anything specifically about that. I just don't think you
Yeah.
should. But you probably look great. But I think the valid point that you made is like, what is your intent behind it? And I think that is really what's important. And I mean, that's important in every aspect of your appearance
Yeah.
altogether. Like even I before I was like wearing any type of makeup, like I have on some highlighter from Hope Beauty. Before I even started doing stuff like that, I was always wearing lipstick because I've always loved lipstick. My grandma was when she was younger,
Yeah.
not when she was young. Well, I mean, she was younger, but when I was younger specifically, my grandma used to always say like, "Don't leave the house without lip gloss, earrings. You always have a pair of earrings in, and lipstick, something
Oh,
on
that's
your
so
lips."
sweet.
Uh, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and that's literally what I do now. Like, if you see me without earrings in, that means I'm having a rough day. I always leave the house with earrings and lipstick on. So, so it's like, but my whole thing is like even something as simple as like lipstick, like what is your intent in wearing lipstick?
Yeah,
Are
of
you wearing
course.
lipstick because you want to enhance your lips and you're like, oh, this is fun, I love this color, or are you wearing it because I have to have something on my lips, or nobody's gonna ever gonna love me and like I have to do something about it? It really depends on like your intent behind it. And then
Yeah, it's a lot of the
getting to
why.
the
It's like what's in your heart, you know? That's why it says God
yes.
doesn't look at the appearance, he looks at the heart. So it's like you can do
Mm-hmm.
all these things and like you could still obviously be a godly woman, right? But then if I'm doing all these things and I have this heart of like, I want to be better than everyone, and I have this bitterness in my heart because someone else looks better than me, like that's what God's judging you, right? Like he's not judging you because you
Mm-hmm.
put on a $2 lip gloss.
Right,
So yeah, I think it
exactly.
just goes back.
Yeah, no, it goes back to intent, like the why, like what is in your
Yeah,
heart. And the whole thing about God judges what's in your heart, that is really what this all beauty and how we're perceived, all that comes down to is like what's in the heart.
right.
Outwardly beauty standards change so much. Not only do beauty standards change so
Trends
much,
change all
what
the time.
all the time. What we find beautiful in America could be completely different of what they find beautiful in Asia, what they find beautiful in Africa, what they find
Poor
beautiful in
Asia.
Iceland. It could be I
And
mean, it
yeah, and that's why God says,
go ahead.
my word like stands true for the today, tomorrow, forever. Like that is the beauty
Mm,
of being a Christ follower, is that, trends can come and go, beauty will come and go, presidents will come and go, but like God's word is true and you can always count on it not changing. So if he says, your beauty should not be measured in the ways of the world, like he knows what he's talking about because trends change all the
yeah.
time, and that's exhausting to try to like keep up with all that. Like it's exhausting now. I'm like, oh, so we're back to the skinny brows. Like what? Oh, we're back with the high jeans. By the way, I'm
Right.
never going back to the low rise jeans. Even though I was like like a kid when the low rise came out.
I was gonna say,
Still,
wait,
I
how
would
old
never
were
do low
you?
rise.
I feel like we were a little. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like we were a little
I'm like,
young to
wait
be
a
wearing
minute.
low rise jeans, but okay. Okay,
You're
if
like,
that was
wait a
your
minute,
thing,
hold up. You're like, don't age me.
I was like, okay. No, but
I love
yeah,
high
like
jeans.
trends change so much, and you're right. Like that's one of and I'm repeating what you said, which I hate when I do that, but like that is the beauty of being a Christian, having your identity in Christ. Is
Oh yeah,
realizing that it's not going to change. Like what he says about you is not going to change. And that's is so much
literally.
more is such a better concrete thing to
I feel
hold
like
on to.
it's so freeing.
Yes, it's so
I'm
freeing.
saying, no,
It's yeah. Go ahead, sorry. I
no.
think I was cutting you
I was
off. Go
just gonna
ahead, go
say,
ahead.
yeah, it's so freeing because you're like, Yeah, have you seen those memes? It's like, oh, they're they're like, I don't need to work out. Jesus says when we die, we're gonna get a new body. And you're like,
Yeah.
bye. Honestly, a little off, but true because God never wants us to focus on something so much other than Him, right? So whatever we like sit and wonder and like ponder on and idolize, like He don't want that, and He's like, okay, why are you doing this? Like it's not even gonna matter in the end, you know? And honestly, it doesn't. So, and I think back to like what we were saying about beauty and everything, like how do I feel confident? I think it just also goes back to feeling like you only have one life. Do you really want to live it like constantly spending your energy and thoughts and words talking down on yourself and not feeling
Mm,
confident and not wearing that dress because you're like, oh my God, what is this person's gonna say? What is that? Honestly, like, no, I always go back to that. That is my biggest motivator. Like, I'm never gonna be this young. I'm never gonna be this healthy. Oh, well, yes, hopefully, God willing, I will be healthy all my life. But you know what I mean? Like, you're never gonna be this young and this and this skin and
you.
your body. So like might as well embrace it. There's so many testimonies of people going back and they're like 40-year-old women, 50-year-old women, so on and so forth. And they're like, man, like if I could take one thing back, it's like I wish I wasn't so critical of myself. Like 20 years ago, I wish I would have worn that bathing suit. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. So it's like, don't live your life on the could have, should have, would have. And not every day is going to be like rainbows and sunshines, but that's why for me I'm like, no, I'm gonna wear that dress, I'm gonna do my hair, I'm gonna wear that makeup. Like if it makes me feel confident, if it makes me feel beautiful, if it adds to that, then yes. Obviously I'm not gonna idolize it, but that's the way I see it. I'm like, life is too short, wear that cute outfit. Thanks, bye.
Yes, 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 yes. To wrap it up, I also want to just add we love looking cute. And I'll end it on that no, but um in all seriousness, we like looking cute. This top, I wore this top on purpose
It's
because
just
I
so
think it's
fun, you
cute.
know.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. I want to just reiterate like that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. That's fun. That's fine. What we really want to highlight and talk about is our intent behind why we obsess over beauty, our intent of why are we doing different things, enhancing, changing. That's really what this is all about. And just a reminder, like the Bible does say we're fearfully and wonderfully made, and I know I really struggle with that personally, because I mean, I've heard that my whole life, and it kind of is like, okay, I get I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, but what I'm really, once again, like this is what's working for, no, seriously, it's just like, okay, okay, we get it. What's really working for me is just remembering, like, is God, like, he's the one who is, his opinion is the opinion that matters the most, and sticking with that,
It
sticking
should be
with
the last.
that. Yes, his voice should be the loudest. Oh, that's good. And we'll end it on that unless you want to add anything else.
No, no, that's it. I think I covered everything that I had to say. I feel like I go in circles
Okay.
sometimes, so I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know in the comments or and on Spotify, like what are some things that you do to remind yourself that you're beautiful? What are some scriptures you look at? Do you have like a routine? Does it make you feel beautiful to do some of your skincare? Does it make you feel beautiful to go for a jog? Let us know what are some of the things that you do. You can answer this on Spotify, and then you can also answer it in the comments on YouTube and the comments on the app. We'll also have it on the app. If you enjoy this episode, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, all of that. If you're on Apple Podcasts, rate it, give us a 5-star review because I know you felt this was a 5-star podcast. Leave a review telling us what you enjoy about the podcast. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you follow our account and answer the question, and wherever else you're listening, make sure you leave some comments, interact with us. If you guys ever have questions about this, you want to talk to me or Isabel, we have our Instagrams linked. You can reach out. You can also email me, and if it's something for Isabel, I'll get it over to her. So yeah, so you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. You have a great night, evening, however, wherever you're listening. Bye.